now in present lecture I want to explain some important examples which are very important in examination point of view. Okay, so as you know, in our before lectures I have explained in detail about group, means definition of group. So as you know, what is group? So group is nothing but first we will take a non-empty set, means this is a non-empty set. Okay, and non-empty is nothing but this set have some element, means this set has at least one element, and then we take a binary operation, means some operation. Okay, this is an operation. So this is an structure, means this is a non-empty set and this is a operation. So this structure G star is called group if it's satisfying four properties. Okay, so four properties means one is closure, associative, identity, inverse. Okay, means a non-empty set with an operation satisfying four properties. First is closure. Closure means if you take any two element of G, then A star V. Star is an operation, so A star V is also in G. So this is closure. And next is associative. Associative is very easy. This is satisfied each and every operation, only not satisfied with minus operation, means A star B star C equal to A star B star C. Okay, so this is associative. Identity means this set has identity element, means if you have operation plus, so you see in your set 0 is present or not. Okay, and next is inverse. Inverse means each element has its inverse, means this set contain inverse of every element. So if a set, if this non-empty set has four property, then this set is called group. Okay, also we have defined in before lecture what is group wide, means only this property is satisfied, then G is called group wide. What is semi-group? So if two closure and associative property satisfied, then it is called semi-group. Okay, and if three conditions, means closure, associative, identity, three conditions satisfied, then this structure is called monoid. And if four conditions satisfied, then this structure is called group. Okay, at the same time a great mathematician Niels Abel explained the property of group, and he explained that if we take any two element of this set, and if this satisfied A star V is equal to B star A, means if we interchange the elements with given operation, then value will unchanged. So then this property is called commutative property. Okay, so if a group satisfying commutative law, then this group is called abelian group. Okay, so I want to explain again about group, semi-group, monoid, group wide, and abelian group. Okay, so you see, if any non-empty set with given operation is an abelian group, then that set satisfying five property. Okay, means closure, associative, identity, inverse, and commutative. One important thing is that this is binary operation. So if this is non-empty set and this is binary operation, so binary operation is also a closure law, because binary operation is function means for any two elements of this set, okay, for any elements of this set, by taking this operation, so a new element also in this set, so this is called binary operation, and the same property of closure law. So you remember that binary operation is nothing but closure law. So in the present question, we need to show cube root of unity is an abelian group. So you remember what is abelian group? So a set have five properties. Okay, so now we need to show cube root of unity is an abelian group. So this is very important question. Okay, so first we take proof of this important question. So proof is very easy. Only you see your question. So here our question is cube root of unity. Okay, so let cube root of unity means x cube is equal to 1. It means x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. So we can solve very easily a cube minus b cube, a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. So this is x minus 1, x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so here from this x is equal to 1, and from here this is quadratic equation. So by Sridharacharya method, x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is minus 1 plus minus, this is minus in square root, so you know root 3i by 2. Okay, so here we take x is equal to 1, this is first root, and you know if you take first positive sign and then negative sign, so we consider 1 plus root 3i by 2 means this thing, and we take minus sign, so minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Okay, so these are the three roots of unity, means cube root of unity. We have solved the three values. Okay, means x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1 plus root 3i by 2, and next is this thing. Okay, so you can write also, if you take this is omega and this is omega square, means this is very nice property. If you take this omega, then this is square of this, and if you take this is omega, so this is square of this. Okay, so these are three values of this equation. So now we make a set. Suppose this is a set g is equal to 1 omega omega square. Okay, so now we need to show, now we have to show that G dot is an abelian group. Okay, so as you know, as a definition, first we need a non-empty set, second we need an operation, then we have to show this non-empty set is an abelian group. So we need to explain five properties, means this set satisfying with given operation five properties. Okay, so now I am going to explain one by one. So there are two methods. One is by table. So first is closure law. Closure law means for any two elements of G, you multiply each other, then new element again in G, then it means G satisfying closure law. So for this, very easy to, so I am going to explain by table. Okay, so this is a table, this is known as group table. Okay, What is this? This is group table. Means here we take operations. This is operation means dot, and here elements 1 omega square. Because by this table, this is very easy to explain each and every elements 1 omega square. Okay, so this. So 1 dot 1 1 dot omega 1 dot omega square. Okay, means if you multiply by 1 for an element, so we get same element. Similarly, omega into 1 omega into omega square, omega into omega square, omega cube. So omega cube is nothing but 1. Okay, omega square into 1 omega square into omega cube. This is 1. Omega 4. So omega 4 is equal to omega cube into omega cube is equal to 1. So this is omega. Okay, so it is very easy. The closure law. What is closure law? Closure law means if you multiply each element means omega into omega square, so new element will also in G. Okay, so since all the entries in this group table are elements of the set G, then G is closed with respect to multiplication. Okay, now second is associative law. Associative law is very easy. Only you need to write, because this is satisfied in multiplication and addition. Okay, so only you write 1 dot omega square is equal to 1 dot omega square. Okay, so because a dot b dot c equal to a dot b dot c, this is omega cube is equal to 1, and this is also omega cube is equal to 1. So this is very easy. Third is identity law. Means this non-empty set has identity or not. So first you see what is the operation. So here operation is multiplication. So you remember in the case of multiplication, 1 is the identity element. Okay, so you see in your set, if operation is multiplication, so 1 must be present. So here 1 is present. Okay, so we will write here for every element of G, A is nothing but, because here we have taken A, because for A you can put omega square or 1. Okay, so we will take A. So for every A in G, here 1 belongs to G such that A into 1 is equal to A. Means in multiplication 1 is identity, so in our set 1 present. Okay, here 1 is identity element, means 1 belongs to G is an identity of G. Okay, next fourth property. Fourth property means inverse axiom, inverse law. Inverse means the set has inverse each and every element, means there are 4 elements. So in multiplication we know if A is an element of G, so in multiplication means division is the inverse. Division means 1 by A. So inverse of 1 is 1 by 1 is 1. So this is an inverse. What is the inverse of omega? 1 upon omega. So we prove 1 upon omega belongs to G, and inverse of omega square is 1 upon omega square. So also I want to explain 1 upon omega square also in G. Okay, so this is very easy to explain. Means 1 inverse is equal to 1 in G. Omega belongs to G implies omega inverse is equal to 1 upon omega. 1 upon omega. So you write 1 is equal to omega cube because omega cube is equal to 1. So this is omega and this is omega square. This is also in G. And similarly, omega cube belongs to G. Sorry, omega square belongs to G, implies inverse of omega means 1 upon omega square, and 1 is equal to omega cube. So omega cube upon omega square, this is omega. So this is also in G. Okay, so this is very easy to explain inverse of each element of G in G. So inverse law exists, satisfied. And now next is 5 commutative law. Commutative law means for any two elements of G, A dot B equal to B dot A. So also we have in the case of multiplication, commutative law satisfied. Okay, so here I want to explain by the table. Since this table is symmetric with respect to diagonal elements, means this is commutative. In other words, you take for any two element, omega into 1 is equal to 1 omega, or omega square into omega is equal to omega into omega square. Okay, so this is very easy to explain that our table is symmetric with respect to diagonal elements. Okay, so we can write here our group table is symmetric with respect to diagonal elements. Okay, it means G is commutative. Commutative is nothing but if you change the elements, then value will unchanged. Okay, so this is an abelian group. This is very important and I will explain some more examples. Okay, now next I want to explain this type of question. Means if you have a problem that this set is an abelian group with respect to multiplication. So this is alternative form, means if any question asks that cube root of unity is an abelian group, so we have solved by previous question x cube is equal to 1 and we get the value of x 1 omega square. So this is the same question. Okay, so either this thing or cube root of unity. In a similar question, in place of cube root, prove that fourth root of unity, means fourth root of unity is an abelian group. So how you will solve? So fourth root of unity means x 4 is equal to 1. So in similar question means x 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. So x square minus 1, x square plus 1 equal to 0. So here we get x minus 1 is equal to x minus 1, x plus 1. So this is x minus 1, x plus 1. Here x plus iota, x minus iota. Okay, so there are 4 values of x, means x is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay, so let us suppose z is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I. Here we get a non-empty set G. G have 4 elements, 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay, so here we need to show this set is a group with respect to multiplication. So this is a very simple question as we have explained for cube root of unity. Okay, so in this case we have to prove G is an abelian group with respect to multiplication. So first you draw or make a table, this type table. This is known as group table. Okay, this is group table. So first here operation dot and then we will write elements 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay, here 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay, so this is a group table. So this is very easy, as we explained before example, so we can explain this also. Okay, so here first we make a table. Okay, now I want to explain all the properties. Means, if you want to explain abelian group, so first you see this is a non-empty set, and what is the operation? So here operation is multiplication. Okay, so there are 5 properties, as you know: closure, associative, identity, inverse, and commutative. So we shall explain one by one. So no need to write here. I want to explain as before. Okay, so this is 1.11, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1 dot I, and this is minus I. Okay, minus 1 into 1 minus 1, plus 1 minus I, and this is plus I. Okay, this is I, this is minus I dot I square is equal to minus 1, I minus I square, so plus 1. Okay, minus I into 1 minus I minus 1 plus I minus I square is equal to minus 1. Here minus already, so this is plus 1, minus I minus plus I square is equal to minus 1. So first you see your given set. So this is a set. Next you see what is the operation. So here operation is multiplication. Okay. So only we need to prove 4 conditions for a group and 5 conditions for abelian group. Okay. So this is very easy to explain. No need to write. I am going to explain only. So first is closure law. Closure law is very easy. What is closure law? If you take for any 2 element of this set and multiply, then new element also in G. So by the group table, you have multiplied each and every element. So you see all the elements of this table are in G. Okay, so this is closed. Now second is associative. So associative is very easy. In the case of multiplication, associative satisfied always. So we will write property only. Okay. Now, third is identity. Identity is very easy. Means, what is identity? So first you see what is the operation. So here operation is multiplication. So you remember, in the case of multiplication, 1 is identity. So you see in the set, here 1 is belong to G or not. So it is very easy. Here 1 is present in G. So we will write here 1 in G. So identity law satisfied. Okay. Now we need to explain next law, means inverse axiom. What is inverse? Means in the set all the elements have its inverse. Means here what is the operation? So multiplication. So we have inverse means division. In the case of multiplication, inverse is division. But in the case of addition, inverse is negative. Means addition just opposite negative. Positive, negative. So in the case of multiplication, inverse is division. So inverse of 1 upon 1. So which is 1. Inverse of minus 1 means inverse axiom is very easy. 1 inverse is equal to 1. Minus 1 inverse is equal to minus 1. I inverse. So I inverse is equal to 1 upon I. And what is the I? So I square is equal to minus 1. So this is I square is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 I. So this is I cancel, minus I. Means I inverse is equal to minus I, which is also in G. And similarly minus I inverse this is 1 upon I with negative sign. So as you know, 1 means 1 upon multiply by I into I. So 1 upon minus I upon I square minus 1 is plus. So this is I. Means minus I inverse is equal to I. So all the elements of G means inverse of the all elements of G are in G. Okay. So this is a group. Now last property is abelian group. Abeli means commutative law. So this is very easy to see by the group table. This is diagonal. Okay. So this table is symmetric with respect to diagonal. Okay. So this is commutative. It means our set G is an abelian group. So if you have any question about abelian group, so first you think about your set. Okay. What is set? And what is operation? So in your mind, if these things concentrate, so only you think about properties. First property is closure, second is associative, third is identity, fourth is inverse, and fifth is commutative. Okay, so I think you can solve very easily each and every examples. Okay. So now this is a very important question, means there are so many questions on this type. So I want to explain one question. Okay, so what is the question? So here set is I means set of integers, and operation is given this star. Okay, so first you see in any question one is non-empty set. So here I is set of integers. So in your mind, set of integers, we have set of integers I equal to, this is set of integers minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is set of integers. And what is operation? So this is operation. Here you see this is new operation. So if any question given new operation, then already defined. Okay, so what is operation? So if you take any two integer, so operation says that a plus b plus 1. Okay, then we have to show this set with given operation is a group. So this is very easy. In your mind, if any non-empty set is a group, then this satisfying 4 properties. So first you see your set. So what is the set? Set is this thing, set of integers I. And what is operation? Operation is this. Because we are very familiar to addition, multiplication, okay, but this is a new operation. What is the meaning? Means if you take any two element like 2 and 3, so 2 star 3 means 2 plus 3 plus 1. Okay, so this is equal to 5, and this is also an integer. Because we are familiar to plus and dot, if you know, if operation is plus, so 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Okay, but here operation, this is not plus, this is star. So what is the meaning? So meaning is already defined by the question. Means if you have this operation, so 2 plus 3 is nothing but 2 star 3. So the value of 2 star 3 is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 1. This is given by question. So you remember, this is not a addition, this is a new operation. And if you have any new operation, this has been already defined by the question. Means A star B is equal to A plus B plus 1. And similarly, if you define any another operation, so already question given what is the value. Okay, so first you think about your operation. If you see carefully, then no problem, I think. Okay, now I want to explain one by one. So first is closure law. Okay, closure law. What is closure law? So closure law says that if you take any two elements of this set and you apply the operation, means for any two elements A and B, A star B will also in I. So as we know, if for any two integer, A plus B also an integer and A plus B plus 1 will also an integer, like you have taken 2 and 3. So 2 star 3 is equal to 5. 5 is in I. So this is very easy to see. A star B belongs to I. This is closure law. Okay. Now next is associative. So associative, for associative law you need three elements. So A, B, C belongs to I. And what is the associative law? First you apply for two element and then third. In right hand side, first you take operation last two element and then first. So if both are equal, then we say associative law satisfied. So now A star B star C. So this is equal to A star B is nothing but A plus B plus 1. Okay, and this is star C. So suppose this is capital A. So capital A star C is equal to this capital A plus C plus 1. Okay, means A plus B plus 1. So we have these are integer. So we know in the case of integer addition law, we can write very easily A plus B plus C plus 2. Okay, and similarly if you want to find A star B star C, so this suppose A, this is capital B. Okay, so A plus B plus 1. Okay, so this is again we explain this definition. So A plus B plus C plus 1 plus 1. So by we have in the case of addition in integers, this is A plus B plus C plus 2. Means if you take any two integers, so this is very easy to see. So here both are equal, means associative law satisfied. Next is identity. So as you know, in the case of multiplication, you remember 1 is identity. In case of addition, 0 is an identity. Okay, but here this is very interesting that here operation is star. So we need to calculate identity. This is an important point. Okay, so what is the property of identity element? Means you know in the case of addition plus is identity. So what is the property of identity? If you add any element with 0, so you get A. So similarly we need identity. So let identity element axiom law. Okay, so let E is an identity, okay, of I for this operation star. Okay, then by the property of identity element, A star E is equal to A. Like if you have multiplication, so A dot 1 is equal to A. If you have addition, so A plus 0 is equal to A. But here this is star, so A star E is equal to A. Now by the definition of operation, A star B is equal to A plus B plus 1. So here A plus E plus 1 is equal to A, and all the elements of are integers. Okay, set of integers. So by the law of integer, you can subtract A and A. So E plus 1 is equal to 0. It means E is equal to minus 1. So here minus 1 is an identity element of I. Okay, so as you know, in the case of integers, when operation is star, so in the sometimes question will ask that what is the identity element of this question. So here -1. Okay, and next is inverse, means I want to calculate inverse. Suppose A belongs to I. So what is the inverse with respect to this operation? If any people ask what is the inverse of A in I with respect to addition, so -A. Okay, what is the inverse of A with multiplication? So 1/A. Okay, but in the case of star, what is the inverse? So as we know, what is the property of inverse? So you see, first in the case of plus, A plus minus A is equal to 0. In the case of dot, A dot 1/A is equal to 1. Means if this is an inverse of this, so by addition we get identity. Here are multiplication, so A dot 1/A is equal to 1. Means if this is an inverse of this, so we get identity. So similarly, let A dash is an inverse of A, then by definition of inverse, A star A dash is equal to identity. And what is the identity? In this operation, you remember identity is -1. So by the definition of given operation, A plus A dash plus 1 is equal to -1. So this is right hand side. So A plus A dash is equal to -2. So A dash is equal to -2 minus A. So this is very interesting as well as very important. So in this question, inverse of each element means if A is any arbitrary element of I for this question, so what is the inverse of A with respect to this operation? So here inverse is -2 minus A. Okay, so here we have seen that all the properties satisfied in the integers with given operation, therefore our set is a group. Okay, also it is very easy to see this is a abelian group, no problem. Okay, but here only we need to explain group. You can also prove there are so many questions of this type only by changing this definition. Means A star B is equal to A plus B plus AB, or A plus B only, or A plus B plus 2, A plus B plus 3. So you can prove so many questions. Okay, order of an element of a group. Okay, so I am going to define order of an element of a group. Okay, so as you know, this is a group. Means this G has elements. Suppose A, B, C up to so on. Suppose D and E. So if G is a group with given operation star, it means how many elements are in G? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So order of G is equal to 5. So this is order of group. So first we explain order of group. What is order of group? Means elements, how many elements are in group. So first we calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 elements. So order of group G is 5. If you have set of integer, so set of integer means -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 up to so on. Okay, so this is set of integer. So we have, this is a group, means set of integer also group with respect to addition. So what is the order of this group? So order of this group means I is infinite. Okay, so now I want to explain order of elements of group. Okay, as you know, what is the order of group? So number of elements in a group is called order of group. and is denoted by OG. Similarly, a new definition means order of an element of a group. So there are so many elements in a group. So we need to explain or calculate order of each and every elements. So here we can't say that what is the order of 0, what is the order of 1, what is the order of 2. They will be different. Okay, so first we define order of element of group. Order of an element. So what is the order of an element? Like 3 minus 2. Okay, so I am going to define order of an element of a group. So let G be a group, means this is a group, and A belongs to G, means this is for an element. This is A or for an element. So this is a group, let G be a group, and A belongs to G. So this is A belongs to G. Then order of A means order of any element of G is denoted by OA, means order of an element is nothing but order of A, and is defined by order of A is a least positive integer. Order of A is a least positive integer n such that A to the power n is equal to E. E means identity element, identity of G. Okay, so here very easy. You see, in general we explain order of an element of group with operation is multiplication. Okay, what is the operation? Generally we will use operation is multiplication. Okay, so I am going to explain some examples. Like you see, G is equal to 1 omega square. Okay, so we have, this is a group with respect to multiplication. This is a group. So first you see what is G. So G is 1 omega square. So one question, what is the order of group? So order of group is 3. Okay, how many elements in G? 1, 2, 3. So order of G is 3. Now I want to explain order of each element of G. So here 1 belongs to G. So what is order of 1? Order of 1 is equal to 1. So how you calculate? So you put 1 to the power. So 1 to the power 1. So we get identity element. Also, if you want 1 to the power 2, so you also get 1, but least positive integer. Okay, so this is the important thing, least positive integer. So 1 to the power 2 is also 1, 1 to the power 3 also 1, but we need least positive integer. So therefore order of 1 is equal to 1. Similarly omega belongs to G. So order of omega, how we calculate? So we start from 1. So omega 1 is equal to omega 2. So this is not identity. Omega 3. So we have omega cube is equal to 1. Okay, when we get identity element, it means this thing is order, means order of omega is equal to 3. Okay, also you remember, if you have omega 6 is equal to 1, but this 6 is greater than 3, because in my definition least positive integer. So you remember always, if you get any integer greater than this, so order is least positive integer. Okay, and similarly omega square belongs to G. So omega square 1, so this is omega square 2, this is omega 4, means omega cube into omega, so this is omega, this is not identity. Okay, so now omega square cube, so this is omega 6 is 1. Okay, so here we get identity element. It means order of omega square is equal to 1. Sorry, 3. Okay, so you see there are so many interesting properties. So here we have 3 elements, 1 omega square. So what is the order of 1? Order of 1 is 1. Order of omega 3. Order of omega square 3. So many properties arises, means order of G 3. Order of each elements you have calculated. Okay, so now you remember in the case of group identity element, you see identity element. So see here identity element is 1. So order of identity element in each question always 1. Okay, so you remember that order of identity element is 1. Also some important question, means this is omega and this is inverse of omega. Order of omega is equal to 3, order of omega square is equal to 3. The important property means order of elements and order of inverse of element is same. Okay, so this is very important.